what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
23-year-old woman says my boyfriend is 42. Yes, 42. Is he grooming me? She responds with, yes, actually, he is. Check it out for yourself. Let's get it.
So I'm 23 and the guy that I'm dating is 42. And yeah, let that sink in, whatever. So the other day I'm in the car and my brother's like, do you think he's grooming you? Yes. So he's like, it always has a negative connotation to it because people just assume because you're younger that you dumb and you don't know no better. Bro, and the thing is, he's not exploiting me. He's not manipulating me to do nothing I want to do. He's not trying to take me away from my friends and family. No. And the only time I think grooming is wrong is when you're underage or you're too naive to really know, what's best for you. You don't have enough worldly experience or experience at all to really, make your own decisions. You just need somebody to tell you what to do all the time. And here come this older man just taking you away from your friends, family, and everything you know to make you who he wants you to be.
That makes sense, right? The only time you are being groomed is when you are not an adult. And I have to say this because the women hate this shit right here. They're watching this. They're like, oh, no, what? 23. And listen, don't let them be wall victims. Don't let them be women who are over the age 30, 35 plus. Oh, they hate this stuff. 42-year-old man who's supposed to be their man but doesn't want to pick them has the option between a 35-year-old and a 23-year-old woman like this who seems pretty mature. They don't like it. And so what do they say? You're grooming her. Oh, you just like her because she's not difficult and she doesn't yell like me. Yeah, probably. And because, come on, look at this chick. She probably drinks coffee.
I love everything about coffee. It is one of my favorite things in life.
Let's keep listening.
Not at all. I'm young, but I'm not dumb. I wanted to talk to that man. He was not even thinking twice about me until I appeared in his face. So, yeah, but relax.
All right, guys. So this gets really interesting. Very, very interesting. So I'm going to read these responses to this video. Stay tuned for the rest of this because it gets deep. Let's check out a few of these comments. First comment here comes from a woman, and it says, the context of grooming is the unbalanced power. It's not about age, so let's not pretend it's okay to be groomed in any context. And that got over 1,000 likes because a lot of women support this train of thought. Keep in mind that women, the older they get, this is from data, the more that they attract younger men. And when an older woman is able to date a younger man, it's not looked at as you are grooming that younger man. Why? Because women can both be independent, capable, smart, empowered, and also innocent children who are exposed to manipulation. And whenever you're influencing that woman, because let's say women are more prone to being manipulated, which I think there might be some truth to that. But in the context of this chick, she's saying, yeah, he is older than me. He does have more experience. And he's grooming me, maybe for the better. But that idea is, to women, horrible, right? But which is it? Are you strong? Are you independent? Or are you a woman who is influenced by the men who you deal with very strongly? Another guy responded back to that chick and says, so a rich adult should only date another rich adult? This is what they want. Exactly what they want. All right, guys. So next comment here from another woman says, when you're 42, you'll see how insane it is to consider dating someone 23. Literally 20 years experience. Again, this woman is seeing things from a female perspective. Of course, when you are a 42-year-old woman with experience, a 23-year-old man who lacks experience is unattractive to you because what women find attractive usually are men who have experience. What men find attractive are women who've maintained their purity, aren't highly experienced, haven't been everywhere, done anything with every guy, lack of understanding of the difference between men and women. And they'll listen to these videos, guys, women, and they'll just ignore it. Nope, I can't hear you. I like tea.
No, I'll have a tea, actually.
Another comment here from another woman says, this has been my sentiment for so long. I learned how to manipulate so I wouldn't get manipulated. The smirk, another woman responded back to that chick and says, if you have to manipulate, it's toxic. I don't know, guys. What do you think about that? I think there's an equal amount of manipulation in all relationships. And unpopular opinion, women are a lot better at it than men. Right? They use it with their tears. Think how many times you've calmed down, stopped an argument, all because you saw a woman who you care about cry. And you're like, oh, okay, hey, it's not that serious. And she's like, no, I just did it. You try that. Tell me how that works out for you, my guy. Next comment from another woman actually starts out with the question. She says, dating a man that much older, wouldn't recommend, because now I can't date somebody in my age range. Crying emoji. I expect people my age to have their own shit together because I'm used to older and more stable men. You're supposed to be more attracted to older and more stable men. You don't have, that's how it's supposed to be. The older you get as a man, the more experience you get, right? In your earlier years, you're struggling. Guys, we all know how this thing goes. The older you get, the older I've gotten, the more that women found me attractive over time. I remember a time when I was younger, no life experience, no idea of who I was as a man, lost, completely lost. No women were checking for me until I started to improve myself, until I started to build more life experience, until I started to grow, go through things, build toughness, grow, go through things, go through hardships, accomplish, persevere. That's what women find attractive. And the older you get, the better it gets for you as a man. And the younger women find the older guys attractive. So it's been that way. As far as you can remember, even in high school, right? The high school girls wanted to date the college guys. Oh, he has a car. Or the guys who are going into college, right? And if you're in college, you're dating the guy who has the career, you know, he has a job. When she finally gets a job, he's an entrepreneur. Men don't care. They don't care about that. Next comment here from another person says, I was 18 with the 45-year-old. Damn. Don't worry, sis. You learn. That's a large age gap, but technically still legal. The creator responded back to that commenter and says, I was 20 with the 60-year-old. So I'm not really concerned. Whoa. Yeah, she's got the last chick beat for sure. That same chick responded back to her and says, it's not a competition, you see, or maybe you won't, but good luck. There's a hint of wanting this woman to not date older men. Stop it. For years, women have been attracted to older men. It's only this generation now that just dislikes it. Why? Because we know the cycle. They spend all their younger days partying it up. They get older and they think the older guys are going to be there waiting to pick them. Nah, they're going after a woman who's ready for guidance, right? Like this chick sounds pretty smart. Another woman added to this thread and said, the way she responded tells me everything I need to know. Shaking my damn head. I wish a man that age would approach my daughter. I'd be in jail. Shut up, bro. You can't do shit. If your daughter's 20 years old and she's dating a 40-year-old, what can you really do? Next comment from another woman says, what would a 42-year-old want with someone who is in their 20s? Why don't women in his age range want him? So that's the problem. Like, this man who's in his early 40s can pull off dating an attractive woman like this in his early 40s, and you can believe he can date one of you post-wall women. Another person responded back to that chick and says, by the way, it's not that women his age don't want him. He doesn't want them. Come on. She doesn't like that coffee. Another man here says, exactly. I don't know why that is so hard to understand. And then final comment here says, I highly doubt that. You highly doubt that? Really? Women in their 40s look better than a lot of younger women. I'm out. I'm done, guys. I'm done. Let me come back here. I'll do this. It's the delusion for me.
Women.
I'm going to read that again because I can't believe what the I just read. She says women in their 40s look better than a lot of younger women. Women in their 40s. Not even 30s, dog. She's talking about women in their 40s. When there's I've brought actual data analysts on my channel to literally show, like, look, all men in all age ranges find women in their 20s. This chick is in her prime. 23, woman's prime. 25, start going downhill. Argue with the data. Argue with the data. She goes on to say something is definitely wrong. Wow. Another man here says, laugh out loud. I'm shocked at the comments, to be honest. Shout out to the woman telling you to run. Laugh out loud. And another woman says, I dated a man. I was 24. He was 46. I was so happy, but then he showed me quickly why women his age stay away. Run, girl, run. Another woman supported that woman and says, it's rinse and repeat. They treat you good until they get tired of you or see someone else they want. Then they show their true colors. Pow. He moves on. The other chick who said, hey, I dated the 46-year-old guy when I was 24. She says, and we were dating for 2 years. Oh, you got left. And somehow, so he left you. He cheated on you. Somehow now you realize that other women don't want him when he left you.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Another man here says, women his age stay away. Y'all still don't get it, do you? No, they don't. Now, guys, here's where this whole video gets really, really good, right? Here's where it gets really good. So the actual creator, the woman in the beginning of this video, actually responded to next comment, which sparked a whole nother conversation. This commenter wrote, I was 25, well-traveled, very smart. Looking back, I realized I knew nothing. You can never compete with years of experience, she says. She responded. Let's see what she has to say.
Okay, so let's be honest. At 25, women peak, and anytime after that, you're going downhill. And the top two things that could save you are not having any kids and keeping your body in shape. Being well-traveled and very smart does not make you any higher or better in the dating pool because you're still dumb at dating.
She said a lot. She said a lot of very, very, very smart things in this video so far. Guys, I'm not going to pause it anymore, but I have to repeat what she said right there. You can tell that there's been a lot of intentionality with this chick and the way she thinks about dating. She says after 25, a woman starts to go downhill. The only thing that can save you is either not having a baby and keeping in shape. If more women understood what this young 23-year-old understands, it's crazy. The world would change. This is everything I talk about. It's like, find yourself a woman who hasn't spent her younger years out here, and the CC understands that, hey, I have to chill out eventually. Guys, I'm just gonna play it. I'm done pausing.
Ooh, you can have interesting conversations about your experiences with anybody that you can communicate with. And I'm assuming you're very book smart, which great reading comprehension. What does that teach you about dating men?
I'm sorry, I said I wouldn't pause it, but I lied. I'm gonna add to what she said there. More specifically, what does that teach you about your man who you're supposed to be customized for? All these years, and you're even more difficult when you're supposed to be customized for your man. The earlier you learn to find that man and find out how to best cooperate with him, the better.
Nothing. You can't give me advice because we don't have the same experience. 19, I was dating 27, 28, 29-year-olds. At 20, I was dating 60-year-olds. At 21, I was dating 30-year-olds. So I was blind. Very much I can see scissor vibes to the manipulation and the grooming that I was going through at that age because I didn't know no better. I didn't know that my thoughts were not my own. I didn't know that I was being manipulated into going certain places because I want to hang out with you and the only option you gave me to hang out with you was going to this place. But I took all that shit that I learned, I put it in a bag, and I took it somewhere. I evaluated myself, I thought about it, and now I overthink every interaction that I have to make sure that my thoughts are my own. So now that at 22 and 23, when I'm dating 35 to 45-year-olds, I can see the signs. I saw the signs. I got a lot of song references today. But now I know when that shit is happening. But I'm not just letting from my own experiences. I'm looking at all the bitter old women whose life I don't want to end up like and taking vigorous notes.
I'm sorry, guys. I have to highlight what she just said there one more time. She says she's looking at all the bitter women. She's looking at you, bitter women. Yes, you. In the comment section, the women who are upset that she's dating older men and older men are dating her. The bitter women, the single mothers who don't want to change, the single independent women. She's taking notes. Why? Let's find out.
On where not to end up. All them women that's very smart and got their own money and don't need no man and don't got no man at 32, noted. All them women that got 3 kids, 2 baby daddies, their baby daddy don't want them and they still don't got no man, noted. All of the women that claim that they're happy and that they're 40, almost turning 50, never had a husband, never been married, never wanted kids, never want to do none of that, but they sitting at home with their cat on TikTok at 40, noted.
Oh, they're going to hate
I don't
her.
want to live y'all life, so I'm not taking advice from you, but trust and believe I'm analyzing that lifestyle to figure out how to not end up like that.
Sheesh.
So I got a solid, I'm about to turn 24, so I got a solid year to still off and be okay. I promise you, I've thought it.
Listen, touche. She gets it. She's looked at her biological clock. She's looked at her SMV. She's analyzed what other women do. She said, nope, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm not drinking the tea. I don't want to end up like you. And so she's okay finding herself an older man who's well established. She gets the game and she will win in the end. While these other bitter women wish her failure. I thought this was really interesting. Shout out to this chick. As always, guys, curious to know what you think. Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pot. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.